Oh boy. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here. As always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's had a great hump day. It is downhill from here. We are getting closer, I believe. I got my clock over there. Actually, oh my goodness. Mike sent me a link for, I was going to get another one of the clocks like this one um, to go back at my man cave there. It's actually a little less expensive than that one. 78 days. So in 2 hours from now, it'll be 77 days. But the other one is a little bit bigger, and you can put, if you wanted to, you could have the stock market ticker on it, things like that. But you can actually put on it live sports, scores and stats and everything else on it, have a crawler and things. So I'm looking at actually getting one of those for the man cave. I think that'll be really, really cool. But it's hump day, which means I end up doing the Dan Salio show. And you know, sometimes, I'm going to tell you something in life. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone, okay? And by this I mean, and we can all take a lesson from this, talk to somebody that maybe you normally wouldn't talk to. Because what you might find out is you have a lot more in common than you do, actually, than you thought. You know, you think about me talking to Dan Salio, who literally insulted me because he had never heard of Mark Holmes. You know, I gotta say, I really enjoy going on with him at Philly 500. Yeah, they double team me. They'll come back, and the only thing they got on me is, you know, what have we done in the last 30 years? And, you know, just like they now are experts on winning Super Bowls after winning one. You know, they forgot that it was 50 some years of them before they could finally get their first one. And at the rate of things going right now, it might be quite a bit longer because things are not pretty right now. It was funny with Dan and Philly trying to basically sugarcoat it and say, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. At least Philly 500 was. So now his whole thing is, screw Nick. It's all about Jalen Hurts and Kellen Moore. If you're hitching your wagon to Kellen Moore, bro, I think you really got some problems. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a Cowboy fan that hasn't seen the Super Bowl since my son was 5. But that's okay. That's okay. I don't know what's going on in New York right now. Is there something in the water? Because all of a sudden, New York Giants and their fans are coming out the woodwork. I got a text message from Cop Pizzle. Cop Pizzle was talking about what I'm about to talk about. And said, we should be doing a live stream together. And like, bro, I've never heard of Cop Pizzle. Who the hell is Cop Pizzle? Actually, I've never heard of the New York Giants because really, the Giants, be that as it may, Malik Nabers, New York Giant rookie receiver, was asked who he can't wait to play against. And of course, now understand, the guy is coming back from an ACL and may not be ready to start training camp. So he says, I'm going to play. Hey, I want to go against that guy. I want to go against that guy. Diggs. Okay. Well, we're going to see. We are going to see. We're going to see. So we've got them excited about wanting to play. And Diggs is like, yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that one. But I think in the end, what we all need is, we need the next 5 weeks. Today is the 19th of June. The Cowboys travel to Oxnard on the 23rd. So we're less than 5 weeks away. Less than 5 weeks away. And I can't wait. can't wait. That first, see, typically here's what usually happens is they report on like Monday or Tuesday. They have the first practice like on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then on that Monday and Tuesday, they usually have the first padded practices. Then Wednesday is a scrimmage, walkthrough, something or other, and then they have to have a day off because now they don't practice more than 3 days in a row. I got to look at the calendar, but I believe it'll be the beginning of the next week. I'm going to be out in California because I need to do some stuff in LA, and we've got practice. So I'm still waiting on the schedule to be there. But the Cowboys and the Rams will be practicing together. And you know how that is. That's epic. That's, going at it. And that's where you're going to see the real competition because you've been hitting yourselves and all that. And now you're going to be hitting the Rams. And that's where we've seen fights and everything else. And so I want to be there for that. And I want to be there for the preseason game. And what we're actually trying to do, and this is where I said you got to get out your comfort zone, is working with Dan Zalia. The thing I like about Dan is Dan's not going to tell you what you want to hear. He's going to tell you the real deal. You may not like it, you may get your feelings hurt, but he's real. You don't have to worry about him faking and bullshit. He's going to tell you exactly how he feels. And that's a person that you can trust. And hopefully we can work out some things for training camp where we'll do some things that'll be really, really cool. But I think that will be a great way to get the season started. And then, of course, we're going to be planning a big tailgate in Dallas for the Eagles game. And then we've got the Commanders game that we'll be doing in Washington. And, it's going to be real. Now, here's my thing. And I hope I'm right. But I put myself out there. I have literally said, I think the Eagles are going to go 8-9 this year. That they're going to continue to take a step back. I put myself out on Front Street and I'm talking the talk and I may have to walk the walk. I may have to. But I honestly believe that there's too much going on with the Eagles right now. Now, I promised you guys earlier today that I was going to talk about one of the reasons why the Cowboys, even though they have not done a lot of major moves in free agency, have still played relatively well. Now, I'm not going to the playoffs and things like that, but some teams that have signed a whole bunch of free agents would be happy to have 12 wins. I can tell you right now, the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders, the Jets, teams like that would be ecstatic. Wait, we're going to playoffs? We're going to have 12 wins? Man, those fans would jump through hoops. They would go crazy. But one of the reasons I believe that that's happened, one is because your quarterback. I think your quarterback is elevating the team. You can call me crazy and say that he sucks, but I'm going to tell you, we saw what happened to the Dallas Cowboys when Dak Prescott was injured for the season. And you had a quarterback who took his team to the playoffs 4 times, didn't win a single game, but took his team to the playoffs 4 times that couldn't do shit with. We saw that same thing with Tony Romo. Those guys elevated the team to win more than they probably should have. But the second thing, with the way the NFL is right now, it looks like I'm running out of fuel in here. Because we're talking about practice and training camp, that you've got those 14 padded practices are it. Now you've got preseason where your starters aren't playing. You're not going to see Dak Prescott in preseason. And so you don't have any time to practice and work together. So if you're a team that goes out and you get all of these new pieces that are there, they may be good players or great players, But the problem with football is you got 11 guys that need to be on the same page. That if one guy is not doing what he's supposed to do, then that play can fail. Receiver runs the wrong route. Quarterback throws to a spot, and it's intercepted, a pick six. An offensive lineman thinks that he's supposed to block in when he's supposed to block out. And you got an edge rusher that's got a free rush and ends up killing your quarterback, and your season is done. You bring in a bunch of guys, or you change offensive philosophies and get new play callers, it changes the dynamics of what you do. There is a learning curve. We learned that last year with our offense. Because we were doing a new offense, you saw it took till the bye week before they started to click. And when they started to click, buddy, they started to click. The last 12 games, Dak had 3,100 yards passing, 30 TDs, and only 4 interceptions. You could take just those numbers, and there's a lot of quarterbacks that wish they had that for the whole season, not just 12 games. When you have guys that understand what their role is and how to execute it, you're better off than somebody who may have more talent who doesn't know the plays. And herein lies the problem when you see a team that you look at and on paper, you look and say, oh my God, on paper, all these guys are great players. You put them on here, they're going to be great. And then they don't. It's because it takes time to get on the same page with everyone. And that's one of the advantages that the Cowboys actually have, and one of the reasons why typically they win quite a few games. If you keep bringing in so many new starters after starters after starters, it hurts you. Eventually, if they don't cost too much and you have enough time, then you actually can win. And herein lies the problem for the Eagles. Every year they're changing so much. They had that one year where they, had Jesus in a jug, as my good friend Alex would say. I still don't know what that means, but it's supposed to be a good thing, I think. Or lightning in a bottle. Although, if you had lightning in a bottle, it seemed like that you would be electrocuted. Or what are you going to do with it? Is it going to blow up the glass? I mean, it seemed like lightning would be really hot and it would melt. I'm sorry, I think too much. But you understand what I'm saying. It's supposed to be a good thing. The Eagles continuously change coordinators and bring in all these new faces. But that one year, they had everything. They stayed healthy. They had had everything just kind of go right. They hit on all the free agents. But things like that happening don't happen that often, because you could look at a team that went all in Denver at the same time and literally imploded. You could look at a team like the Jets that looked like they had all of it together, and then you got Aaron Rodgers get hurt. And so that window and that opportunity for the Eagles, I think that it's kind of, now you got a lot of players that were key that are gone. You got a lot of those players that were key that have gotten older. You got a coach who's been, cut off at the knees by the front office, and now you got the front office and the quarterback seemingly at odds. You got new coordinators on offense and defense. They're more drama filled than we are, and that's why I think they're going to be 8-9. But back to what I was saying on this Juneteenth. I hope everybody had a great holiday there and remembering what this day is about. Get out of your comfort zone and do something that you might not normally do. That's legal. Because you might find something that's actually really, really good. And I really, truly enjoy the hate that I get by Eagle fans, how they say, oh, Mark Holmes is on, I'm not going to watch. Oh, Mark Holmes is, he's Dak this, he's Dak that. His pillowcase is called Dak Prescott and this, that. I mean, the stuff I get, but it's amazing because it seems like the numbers on the show just keep climbing on there. Because you may say you hate me, but you know you love to watch me. Now, it's the end of the day, and you know how we roll. We're thankful that we had this day, and we're going to make sure we let everybody know how we feel about it. And you need to make sure you let the people you love know how you feel about it. And I love you guys. Fire's already gone out, which means I've been talking a little too long here. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And man, I can't wait for training camp. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.